Hey guys, it is Brian here. Welcome to our FIFA 14 Career Mode Series for Cardiff City. I decided to go with Cardiff City over Southampton. Asked you guys a couple days ago between the two teams which you'd like to see. The votes were so close, I pretty much just had to go with one or the other. And I decided to go with Cardiff because they're a new team in the league. Also a team that's going to take some work to move them up the table and get them into those spots we really want to see them at the end of the career. So a challenge for us. We played as Liverpool last season. This is going to be definitely a little bit harder than that, but something that I'm really excited to get into and relish as well. And so you guys know as too, I will be doing another career mode for a lower team in the English leagues, and you can still vote on that too. There's another video up that you can go find that on. But yeah, Cardiff's going to be our team for our main series on the PS3. Alright guys, so we'll be using World Class for our match difficulty. 6-minute halves. Financial strictness will be at about moderate. Don't want to go down to strict because we're going to be a lower side team, but I want to make it a little bit of a challenge there. We play on Molten Road because that's pretty much as close as you can get to Cardiff City Stadium, and we'll be playing with the latest rosters as well. So that's what we'll be setting up with there initially, and we'll get those rosters too. And I'm very excited to play with this team. This team has some really fantastic players to work with, some very young players that I'm very excited to see kind of rise up the ranks. And it's really fun with a squad like this that if you have some of those younger players, you can give them the time and really give them the opportunity to play, and then over the years they're going to be able to grow and really become a main part of the team. So there's players like Jordan Much that I'm very excited to see how he's going to do in our career mode. And we got a striker like Frazier Campbell that maybe isn't as young as he used to be, but still a guy that has a lot of that ability to really get past the defense, and I think he's going to be a very good initial player for us to have in that striking role too. We'll take a look at the actual roster in a second. So I'm from Canada, just so you guys know a little bit about me. And I'd say I'm a shirt and tie guy. Actually, yeah, we'll do shirt and tie. I like my navy there. And olive, brown, black, or light fair. I'll go for fair. And we're slim. We'll be slim on the sidelines there. We gotta look good to be a manager of Cardiff. And here's the, I guess, intro into what FIFA 14's got for career mode. Yeah!
Career as a manager, thanks to the Global Transfer Network. Now you can manage a staff of scouts and send them to different countries around the world to search for talent. Specify the type of player you're looking for by giving a range of criteria to your scouting network based on your team's needs. Once instructions are given to each scout, they look in their different regions for players that match any of your criteria. Once you receive preliminary reports from your scouts, you can browse the players found for you. The initial information just gives you a hint on the player's strengths. So if you are interested in finding more about a player, you will need to ask your staff to scout him further, which will reveal more detailed and accurate information about the player's traits and attributes. Now you're ready to start your career as a manager. Remember that managing your scouting network and finding new talent will be crucial, and I wish you every success.
So there you have it, guys. That is a look at essentially what the new kind of scouting system is going to be, and the world scouting system, how that's going to work. And it's something that we'll have to get our feet into a little bit and understand a little bit more as we play through the game. But that looks cool. I'm excited for that. And so in this initial episode here, we're not going to be playing any games. We're going to be taking a look at the squad, just kind of getting a feel for what we're going to be doing with them. And since I'm familiar with Cardiff from a very broad perspective, I want to get all of you Cardiff fans to really let me know what you want to see from this team, what you want the team to kind of format as going at in the future. I'm very much believing in the fact that when I'm doing a career mode series, you guys are a part of it. So you guys can let me know what you think of this, what you want to see out of the team, a formation you like to see. And there's obviously things that are going to work better for me and stuff that I'm going to have to implement to make our team a success, from my playing perspective. But also, I want to get your ideas on players that you'd like to see, players on the team that you really enjoy, and also, kind of build the team around what you guys, people watching, want to see from it overall. So we'll jump in here to looking at the team management menu, and then we'll get an idea of kind of what the players are working with here, at least initially. And I'm not sure if we'll have a bit of time there in regards to the actual season 4 to the transfer window. I think we will, obviously, because we're going to be jumping in, I guess, early August or maybe late July for this. So there will be room for us to make some moves. We have a bit of money, but we're not going to be too crazy with that initially. So yeah, as I was saying, David Marshall is the other keeper that we could be working with here. 28 years old, and he's I believe a little bit better than Joe Lewis here, but Joe Lewis is the one that I remember quite fondly from past games, and he's grown quite well in those, but also he's 25 in this one, and he's 66 overall, so I'm assuming maybe he's come on a little bit of a struck of not so much positive play in the past little while, so we'll remember that in regards to his play. And so we got Stephen Calker here as a player that I'm quite familiar with from my last career mode, a guy that I'm very excited to have on the team once again, and a very young back four, it looks like, which is nice to see, players that we can really see, you know, grow into that role. Besides from that, we also have Hudson here, Hudson, who's a little bit older, I believe, yeah, 31 there, Mark Hudson, and down on the bench over here, we got Kyle McNaughton, who's another guy that's a little bit older. So some older players there too that we can bring in if we need it, and also, you know, secondary for us if we have any injuries or something like that. But yeah, there's some extra players for us to work with too. Craig Bellamy obviously moved to Cardiff the year before. He'll be interesting to play with as well. But yeah, we got some young guys here too, like Aaron Gunnarsson. Not too young, but from Iceland. Nice to see a very interesting nationality there. Gary Medell as well, another interesting nationality to see in the English side, and Don Cowie, a little bit older there as well. Same thing with Peter Whittingham, and kind of our star, I'd say, is Bo Kyun Kim, and he's going to be a guy, at least for me initially, that I'm excited to really kind of grow on the team and see how he can kind of develop going ahead in the future. Frazier Campbell, the guy I already mentioned a bit before, where I'm excited to play with him. He's someone that I've seen in FIFA 14 so far. He was deadly against me, and I'm excited to see more of that. Jordan Much, that other player too, where I've played lots of him in the past in previous FIFAs. So hopefully he's still knocking around really good as he was in the past, but a guy I'm excited to inject into the squad there. Peter Mwingi as well, another striker that we can use, and he can play on the right mid position there as well. And there's Gestad as well. Craig Noon, sorry, pardon me. And this is the thing too, initially for me, I'm familiar with Cardiff, but I'm not familiar with them extremely, so there's a lot of players here that are new to me as well. So if I'm doing anything in regards to pronunciation that you don't like, let me know, and I'll try and get around to fixing that. And as we go ahead here, there's going to be lots of episodes. We'll get nice and cozy and comfortable with all these players and get to know them pretty well. Nikki Maynard, another player as well, that he's relatively a fast striker, if I remember correctly. I'll take a quick look here. Not extremely fast, but another good striker to have, a good backup striker there. Like I said already, Craig Bellamy, Simon Moore, another young keeper there, a little bit younger than our other one there, but Andreas Cornelius from Denmark, and I have never seen this player before. He looks like he's relatively quick, so that'll be another player that could be fighting for that striking role. We have lots of options there. John Brayford, we already kind of went through those guys there. Let's see, Tommy Smith here, an older player for us as well. And Joe Mason, another guy too. So we're not really going to open up too much money. A lot of these players we're going to want to keep around because we want to obviously, you know, have some depth from our team. But let me know the players. Let me know a little bit about the history of Cardiff as well, and I can get familiar with the players that we want to, you know, make sure to keep. You know, the players that have been around for quite a long time that shouldn't be moved along, but maybe, you know, getting a better idea for that, so that when we start looking at maybe transferring a couple players, we know what's comfortable and what's not for going ahead here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. A quick look at the team. Next episode, we'll be playing through the preseason, and then episode 3 will be when we actually jump into the regular season and start playing our first match in the Premier League. So that'll be a very fun match indeed. But until then, guys, let me know. Fill me in as much as you can on what you want to see out of this career mode, and we'll get around to doing as much as possible to make this a really awesome time in FIFA 14. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you pretty soon. Maybe even today we'll have another episode up. Cheers.